Okay, this is part two. You're now just bring up speed. It's still Tuesday for me. Still, I'm giving more testimony, but this is the other half of the story. I told you about the engine light before. Never finished telling you about that. So this is part two. This to me, I pray this is as encouraging to you as it is to me just thinking back. Again, amazing. So amazing. Okay, so let me take you back and repaint the scene. It's winter, okay, coming out of winter time. I'm gonna say it was about March, and the brakes started making a noise. I mean, they had kind of been making a little bit of a noise, and you know how it goes, it gets worse and worse, and then finally sounds like it's just screeching constantly. I hadn't gotten that far along, but they're making noise. About, let's say, I think it was about March. About a month later, the engine light comes on. I was, had a hard enough time just getting through the winter. And now the van's starting to act up. Like, oh no, problems with the van. And I'm thinking, oh, problems. Well, the anxiety level, it may not have been up here, but it was like a low simmer. All right, so good news about the brake. Okay, that was great. So that would probably put me somewhere, April, maybe May. I'm going to say May. I have relatives that are in a different state, about 3 states away. This particular cousin on my father's side, tremendous, wonderful guy. He's a bishop. He has, what does he call it? And he says, 1 church, 2 locations. I'm a virtual member of his church because I attend on, what they call a live stream. They live stream their services. And as a matter of fact, today's Tuesday. I think have Tuesday Bible study today. So I'll be tuning in for that. And as a matter of fact, just I think I'll figure out how to do this. I'll put a link to it. I'm sure I can find it out. If I can't figure it out, my daughter will help. Somebody will help me. God will help me. All right, so let me get back to the story. I mentioned him because he saw a post that I did on Facebook, talking about, me being an XJW, how I, my people who were still in won't communicate with me. And I'm thinking, of course, still feeling like a low life, unworthy person, made mention in my post that, I have other family who probably wouldn't talk to me either, is what I posted. And that touched him. And so he reached out and contacted me and invited me to come out to meet all of my relatives out there in that state, in his home state. Like, now, mind you, at the time, I'm feeling like a broke behind. I'm not going to say, there's some terms I could use, but I don't speak that way. No. So I'm feeling broke. I'm manifesting the spirit of lack. And somehow I felt, wow, this is somebody who's reaching out to me. Nobody reaches out to me. And so I accepted the invitation, having no idea how I'm going to be able to make the trip. I'm not flying. That's out. Can't afford the bus. So I figured, okay, well, I got to take the van. The brakes are good now. But what about that engine light there, Phil? I said yes anyway. Let's see. That was going to be September 1st That was to be out there and meet all the folks and bring my people to meet my people from here to meet my people, my relatives out there. Nice road trip. 13 hours it took, 13, 14 hours. Because I stopped a couple times because, I'm over 60. I'm not, I don't have that kind of endurance to just do one shot in behind the wheel. So that was in May. I agreed. I don't know how it's going to be. I didn't, have a clue. Well, I had my next door neighbor. He's a mechanic, and a very good one at that. He is, can't remember the name of it. Some kind of, whatever the certified is. Somebody out there, I'm sure you know. I know he knows, but I'm not going to call him that. Certified mechanic. He is good. And I mentioned to him now, in the interim, because the engine light's on now, I thought I was smelling like burning oil, but I'm, always attributing, that's got to be the car next to us. Oh, that's got to be the car ahead of us. It can't be this one. Oh, no. Denial. Well, it was leaking oil. And the oil leaked down onto the alternator. And it burned the alternator out, and the alternator just quit. I'm on my way home. The alternator burns out. Oh, man. And when the alternator dies on you, you're not going far. And so I ended up having to get a tow. Told him about it. He told me about, there's a website, rockauto.com. I think that's pretty good. You can get parts. That's great if you're a mechanic. I'm not, but he is. So thanks be to God, he offered to put that in for me. I paid for it. He put it in for me. That's just one piece of this. This story gets better. So he took care of that. I'm thinking, wow, that's so fantastic. Thank you, God. Thank you, Wayne. His name is Wayne. But the engine light's still on. But he checks it because he has the whatever things that you can plug into the port, and he gets a code. Came up with this code of P something, whatever. And so he said, okay, I know what that means. And he explained all to me what that means. He went to the spark plug and he checked it out. Turns out the oil leaked up into the spark plug port, or wherever you want to call it. And that's what made it misfire. It's a misfire code. So I have 6 cylinders and it's as if I'm running on 5. Thanks. Okay, great news. It's still going. Every once in a while and now, because it's been sounding bad and then really sounding bad. And some days it sounded really bad. But there would be a time when it was like clear up and the engine light would go off. And it was like, okay, that's fantastic. I'm so happy. And then the engine light comes back on and it goes off. So it's about a month or so back and forth. Now, here it is. It's August. And I've had weeks of this back and forth with the engine light on and off and stinky and still smelling bad. But the alternator is fixed. So that's how I'm able to keep going. And my neighbor told me, I could order the parts and he would hook me up. We're neighbors, would take care of each other. I'm like, wow. See, again, this is God moving in our lives, not just mine. Ordered the parts, and I was going to bring it over to him, and he was going to hook me up. I'm thinking, wow, that's fantastic. He needed a gasket. Apparently, a gasket leak was a problem. And here we go. Get ready. I get a notice from the Honda manufacturer notice, like it's a recall almost. Like I'm looking, and it is. There was an issue with that particular model, that particular engine of that particular year, a couple of years, And they were saying if we received if we had the code or having a problem, we can bring it to the dealership with that notification and they would take care of it. Shut up. What? No. Right? Denial right away. I'm on denial. Can't be. Yeah. Yeah, the exact code that my neighbor told me, that's the one they said, if it has that code, you can bring it in. If you've already had make repairs, we'll reimburse you. So I'm like, oh, come on. Right? Oh, man. Take it to the dealership. They replaced the gasket, replaced the spark plug, and a timing belt. You know how much a timing belt can cost? Took care of all of that. Now, because it was, the belt and some other things, they charged me $300. That would have been $2,000 or more worth of work that got done for $300. Done in August. September 1st, wasn't that far away. It was about a week away, 2 weeks maybe, not even 2 weeks away. And the van engine done. It's like I had a rebuilt engine now. I had no one else I could not attribute that to a coincidence. And I was able to make it there in the van. It was a smooth ride. It was fantastic. After that, I felt I could have gone the whole way on one shot. But no, we enjoyed ourselves a little bit. We took our time, but I still I catch my breath just thinking about that because that was no one else but God doing that. God sent his angel for me, all of us. And man, we got out there, we got to meet him. It was wonderful. I actually feel more at home there than I do here. I want to go back. That's where I want to be. But I tell you, I got a chance to tell all of them, relate that story to everybody. And he was encouraged. I'm thinking, wow, that encouraged him. And I realized this is why I'm doing this now. If I can tell, it's my testimony. Well, we're not supposed to keep our testimony to ourselves. We share with one another. I believe you're probably a believer, and if you're not a believer, well, okay. But even if you're not a believer, you may want to chalk the whole thing up to coincidence. Yeah, let's see. My van, out of warranty, well out of warranty. Had an engine code, failure, engine lights on, sounding terrible. I have accepted the invitation, so now I'm obligated because I gave my word now to go 800 miles away. No, about 700 miles from here. And no way, I didn't know how I was going to make it. So, the engine code, the exact engine code. I just so happen to have a next door neighbor who's a certified mechanic with the tools to check with the port. So he knew and he told me what the code was. And when the code, it's on the notice. I don't have it. I took it to the dealership. So they have it. But the exact thing that I needed about 2 weeks before I had to leave for the trip. Oh, that was just total coincidence. Oh yeah, that's just coincidence. It happens all the time. Yeah, right. Okay. Pigs have wings and they fly from Los Angeles to Chicago on a daily basis too. Come on. Anyway. All right. So that's part 2. I just wanted to tell you that. I am tangential. Sometimes I kind of go off on riffs. Right now, I didn't write anything, I don't have an outline. This is I'm avoiding tech as much as possible. And so this is raw. This is like the old school. I'm kind My grandson says I'm old, so okay. So I'm old school. I'm doing it the way it was when YouTube was really just plain YouTube before they got bought. Like that. Not a whole lot of edits. So that you see, this number one, this face is not AI. I have no special background. I got no special lighting, no special equipment. No edit either. I don't think I'm editing. I don't know. Well, I'm not an editor. So the best I can do is maybe I can like shorten the video. I think that's what I know how to do. So if I make a mistake, you're going to see it. Oops, sorry. It's what they call WYSIWYG. Y'all who know computers from the 80s and 90s, you'll know what that means. All right, so enough now for me. I'm going to head on out. Appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. And may God bless you and shine on your life. And until next time, take care. God bless.